It's back, baby! Bad Choices rides again. That's right. We are going to drink alcohol and we are going to talk about the fuckability of fictional characters. It is happening on Saturday, November 23rd at 5 p.m. Pacific. Some people have asked, is that Thanksgiving? It is not. It is the weekend before Thanksgiving weekend. And I'm here with Kris Newton, who's going to be one of the co-hosts. In fact, the host. Kris, what are we talking about?
We are talking about Nite Couples. So we are talking about shows that you remember, like I Love Lucy, The Dick Van Dyke Show, The Addams Family.
Happy Days.
Happy Days. Yes. We're talking about couples from those shows. And we're talking about the members of the couples individually. So we get to go into those shows and, separate the Samanthas from the Darrens. Finally bring some justice to the landscape of mid-20th century television.
And our co-hosts are
James D'Amato and also Marissa, who I have not podcasted with in a good long while.
Kris, how horny do you think this episode of Bad Choices is going to be?
What I want you to imagine is a vibrating ball of energy between the two twin beds in the bedroom of a 1960s television couple, because they couldn't have a bed together because that was too sexy. But the vibe was so sexy. The vibe was so horny. And then when you go to their bedroom in any scene in the show, two separate beds. And in between those beds, there's all the fucking they were doing just off screen. Like whenever the cameras,
yes.
it's that like Lucy and Ricky.
Yes.
What these two sexy motherfuckers were getting up to when we were not allowed to see.
Yeah.
That's how horny this is going to be. We're going to break the seal on that after all these decades. And we're going to talk about what the fuck was happening in the bedroom of, again, Gomez and Morticia, Lucy and Ricky, Rob and Laura Petrie.
Yes.
I mean, obviously, the odd couple. Not that I think they shared a bedroom. Obviously, that would have been a disaster. But wherever it was in the house that they fucked. That's not information that we have.
So if you become a patron, or if you're already a patron at the $69 level on the Hard Choices Patreon, you get to register for Bad Choices Nick at Nite Couples and watch. I mean, I don't really know what all's going to happen, but I do know I have to write a filthy fanfic about it. I just want to say, if you're like, oh, I haven't become a patron yet, I don't know, like what, you are already missing out on some premium past Bad Choices content. If you are not a patron, you have not gotten to hear the full, uncut, girthy length of the Looney Tunes episode. There is some stuff y'all missed out on that is unfucking believable. Same goes for the Hanna-Barbera episode that is packaged up and ready for you to go. Also, I am going to be making the video of the Squeenix episode, which was all about Square Enix characters. I'm going to be putting that up. There's all kinds of delicious bonus stuff up. You will be able to gorge on it and be full of horny madness coming into Bad Choices Nick at Nite Couples on Saturday, November 23rd at 5 p.m. Pacific. Also, my darlings, if you become patrons or are already a patron, you get to vote for what I write this filthy fanfic about. So far, Morticia and Gomez are doing very well, I will say. I don't think that comes as a surprise to anybody. But if a couple wins, I mean, y'all are just forcing my hand. I'm going to have to write a threesome, if not a swingers fanfic. I mean, I'm not afraid. I already had like a terrible thing that I was going to write about with them, which I'm not even going to say because it is so terrible. I'll let you know on the night if I went with that idea or not. But truly something that might be a little too cursed to put out as a fanfic that we read at the end of the night. Because if you've not been to Bad Choices before, my darlings, let me tell you, what happens is we do the show while drinking. We have some intermissions, so that way we can go get more drinks. And then at the end, we all do a shot whenever we're already nice and sloppy. And then cold, everybody reads the fanfic. Assigned as characters, somebody's the narrator. And they have to like do their best at doing the voices. If there's an orgasm sound in there, they gotta fucking drunkenly take their best stab at it cold. It is a thing to remember. Also, bingo! Everybody at the $4.20 tier gets a bingo card and gets to play bingo. I am too soft-hearted and gentle to only give prizes to people who get bingos. So anybody who plays bingo, you will get a prize at the end of the night. Because what? I can't help it.
I just love the idea of playing bingo, and it's just like, it's only participation prizes. It's just like, just for the love of the sport.
The love of the bingo.
Just let's play bingo, and then whatever letters you get, whatever numbers, we're all just all having fun here. We're all bingo fans. And that's why this event is not sanctioned by the Bingo Council in New Mexico, where you live. This is an unsanctioned event. This is basically just people yelling letters, and then you just like throw prizes at them from a podium, which is great. It's better.
You know, if I get enough Patreon support, maybe I'll get a t-shirt cannon. But I'm not going to put t-shirts in it. I'm just going to put whatever. I'll fill it with condoms. I do have a bunch of those condoms left over. That's an unsafe use of that tool. I'm sure that will void the warranty, but that's what we do here at Hard Choices. We void warranties for all kinds of things.
I love the idea of a condom cannon, and it also sounds like a nasty name you would call someone for their sexual habits. He's a real condom cannon.
Ooh.
Yeah. I don't know what it means, but it sounds accusatory.
Chris, who did we decide to put on this fucking list?
Okay, top this. Gomez Adams.
Motherfucker Morticia Adams.
All right, fair enough. I know you've got a weakness for Tom Bosley. Howard Cunningham from Happy Days.
That does do something for me. Known to be frisky, Marion Cunningham from Happy Days.
Also, because every list has to have a top and bottom, George Jefferson from The Jeffersons.
Doesn't do nothing for me. Louise Wheezy Jefferson.
It's very important to me that we have Wheezy's government name on this list. Okay, Laura Petrie, Mary Tyler Moore, except in capris.
Chris's eyes are already like, he looks like an chibi anime right now. He's like, no, her, that one. Rob Petrie, Dick Van Dyke at his fucking most charming.
Very, very true. But can he top, in either sense of the term, Lucy Ricardo?
I don't think he's certified for that kind of brat energy, but fuck me, Ricky Ricardo. God fucking damn it. God damn it.
Also, though, if you're more into high concept, Agent 99 from Get Smart, sexy super spy.
Maxwell Smart. I have not watched Get Smart yet. Chris, do you want to early predictions?
You're never going to get this come out of your eyes. Not in a million years. You're going to love it.
Okay, beautiful, beautiful. Speaking of cum in the eye, go for it.
Darren Stevens, who is useless, but whose presence also allows us to include
beautiful, peerless Samantha Stevens from Bewitched.
And just in case you were worried that this was going to be more heteronormative than you've become accustomed to on Hard Choices, at the very bottom of the list, we have Oscar Madison, the sloppy, trashy, curmudgeonly Oscar Madison.
Yes, the equal and opposite to the tidy, a little wispy Felix Unger.
A little wispy. This is a man who skips straight up in the air with every step he takes. It's like, I love Felix Unger. This list, I don't know, man. I don't know how we're going to make it through this episode.
Man, fuck me. If Lucy Ricardo awakened nothing in you, I don't know what to tell you. Like, did you or did you not see her furiously shoving chocolate into her mouth? What else could she shove into her mouth?
Listen, she can put my bonbons in her mouth anytime. She can stomp my grapes frantically anytime.
If you want to know other cool, beautiful, sexy things that are happening in relation to bad choices, you can hit up my OnlyFans at onlyfans.com/MeganBob, because there's going to be some free content dropping during the intermission. Yeah, I hope you enjoy it. As I hope you enjoy Bad Choices Nick at Nite Couples. On Saturday, November 23rd at 5 p.m. Pacific. Am I overhyping it? I don't think I fucking am.
This is going to be everything. People should absolutely go to it. If you haven't signed up for Hard Choices before, now is the time to do it, especially because this is live.
Yes.
It's only bad choices when something happens live and you get a chance to participate in the moment and be part of it. This is your chance.
You are the ones who are in charge of Let's Unpack That. Because who else is going to hold our feet to the fire and say, what the fuck were you thinking getting that much cum in your eye, MeganBob? You'll die. No person can have that much sodium. Is there sodium in cum? Look, we just don't know. Science doesn't have the answer to these.
Well, I mean, there's also the eye thing. I'm imagining you going to the doctor. Your doctor's like, MeganBob, your sodium levels are a little high. And you're like, I know what happened.
They're like, is it your problem with curly fries from Jack in the Box? And I'll be like, you would think that, but no. I've just cum guzzling, but right through the eyes. You know, it's like I can't find a vein anymore. So I just have to fucking mainline it. Bad choices on Saturday, November 23rd at 5 p.m. Pacific. God damn, people. Get on this fucking ride. Go over to patreon.com/hardchoices and become a patron and sign the fuck up if you have not. Laura Petrie in those little capris.
Felix Unger in an apron.
Felix Unger in a little apron. Ooh, does he got to wear anything else with that? I don't think so.
Yeah, I mean, he couldn't cook naked. He would die. But go ahead.
Do you want to be Felix Unger's emotional support animal, darling?
Look, we got to save it. We got to save it.
We got to save it. You're right. What am I saying? Okay, sorry. Bad choices, Saturday, November 23rd at 5 p.m. Pacific. All the information you need is at patreon.com/hardchoices. The link is in the bottom of this here podcast episode. Please celebrate with us. Celebrate the joy of mid-century American television. And until then, stay hard.